It's starting. Oh, yeah. It's going to begin, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Apparently, Xbox, the console that has ceased to be, no longer works or powers on, cannot even access any video games anymore because the console war is in fact over, apparently. Now it's going to be a whole platform war, and PlayStation fanboys are literally losing their minds. I haven't seen people crash out like this more than I have when ABK was actually blocked, then went through. We are in a new precipice of adventure of grown adult men acting like petulant children because people on a different plastic box can play video games. Yes! What am I talking about here? Well, the rumor going around is that Xbox is going to be able to actually sideload Steam as a full application onto its next console coming out. And on top of that, you'll be able to actually install and play your entire library from Steam onto your Xbox console, effectively making it a full-on PC, which honestly I think is exactly where video games and consoles need to go. I put consoles in quotes because it's a very specific reason as to why. You see, the thing is, having a closed plastic box does nothing for the consumer or the customer. It really creates a walled garden for you to be in. Adding in other applications like GOG, Steam, Epic, and etc. lets you, the consumer and customer, choose where you want to purchase your games, giving you more access to more video games and providing you more value for that actual console or PC that you're choosing to play on. All in all, it's a win-win. More games being bought, more games being played, more places for you to buy your games, and more value out of the box that you purchase. But you see, this is where things are getting kind of crazy, because apparently this is freaking actual PlayStation fanboys out, seeing as how the rumor going around is PlayStation may either block actual games on Steam from being on an Xbox console if it is more PC-like, or the fact that that may even not be the case, and you could play your PlayStation games purchased on Steam onto your Xbox when it does provide that PC-like surface area. So, what's happening? People are attacking people on the internet for this because it's video games, and that's how things go, apparently. Yeah. Let's go! Icon Era tweets out, if the next Xbox is just a PC with Xbox branding, it won't actually play the vast majority of Xbox games. Okay, I have to know which went ahead and wrote this discussion thread, because clearly they have no idea what the they're talking about. If Xbox is putting their games as play anywhere and their games go to PC day and date, and you can then cross-play and cross-save your games between your console and your PC, you don't have to worry about the vast majority of Xbox games. Anything from the Xbox One all the way to now will basically be the exact same. They'll just make one version of it and you'll play everything on your PC or Xbox branded PC. The difference is the actual back compat games from the 360 and the original Xbox. This whole thing of like, oh, it's not going to play Xbox games. My boy, my PC plays Xbox games. My Steam Deck plays Xbox games. What are we talking about? These guys have this whole thing in their brain that the only way to play video games is on one plastic box by that same company. It has to be written by them, made by them, signed off by them. It's got to have Herman Hulst spunk in the back of it to give you a free load every time you boot it up. That's the only way these guys think of things. Xbox puts their games everywhere, which means no matter the device, you're going to play Xbox games. If it's on PC Game Pass, guess what? I'm playing it on my PC. Guess what I play on my PC? Xbox games. This whole thing is honestly, I don't know where these guys think of these things or how they think things work, but all games are made onto a PC, then put onto a console. So what are we doing here, bro? And to keep up with the actual going on, here is in fact Oliver Draco tweeting out a video of Sir Bruvian and saying this: Xbox podcaster Bruvian goes on a wild rant, implies if it wasn't for Game Pass, he would be lost and not able to put food on the table. He needlessly uses his own toddler as an argument and then claims it's quote-unquote common sense to switch from PS5 to Microsoft's next hybrid PC/console, skull emoji. I know Bruvian offhandedly through the internet. I don't really know him personally, but I know he doesn't have a toddler. He's got a pretty young kid, probably what, early teens or so. And the thing is, what Bravian talks about is looking for value as an adult more so than trying to just spend more money and being needlessly frivolous with actual money. You know, people that actually work hard in their life have to think about, like, I spent X amount of hours working on my job or whatever I do to make income. How do I make this last as long as possible when people can barely afford the price of rent and or eggs? But hey, let's take a look and see what Sir Bravian actually said in the clip you posted, because hopefully you didn't take this out of context and say something really stupid now, did you?
Trust me, when you're an adult, when you're a man, not a child hiding behind a keyboard and Twitter, when you are a man with food to put on the table, bills to pay, a child to support, you know, you have to look for value, right? An Xbox is phenomenal. I'd be lost without it right now. A lot of you so-called die-hard PlayStation guys will move to Xbox, because you'll be thinking, hang on a minute, if I can play God of War, if I can play all these games on the Xbox, but also get Game Pass and Steam, what am I doing on a PlayStation, bro? It's just common sense. Common sense will move a lot of people. The only people that will remain are the die-hard fanatical elitists that just cannot see past their own fandom.
Okay, so now we have just a couple of cuts in Bravian's video talking about how we're going from one scene to another with a direct, clear cut. We're not looking at The Simpsons when they went ahead and make that cut about Homer pulling off the Mona Lisa gummy from that girl's backside, are we?
Sitting on her sweet can, I grab her sweet can. Oh, just thinking about her can, I just wish I had her sweet can.
In fact, that's exactly what you're doing. And even taking those clips out of context and putting them there, nothing Bravian said was in fact wrong. He's an adult with a child and a mortgage and multiple responsibilities to pay for. Having your dollar stretch even further to play more video games is never a bad thing. I really don't understand this concept that people have right now where you cannot enjoy a hobby unless you are expending exorbitant amounts of money on that hobby. It is exactly why the 5090 is $2,000. It is exactly why the floor of GPUs keeps going up in price when it shouldn't be. It's exactly why we can't do $500 budget builds anymore. It's exactly why we're seeing so many people try to pay for online, be happy to pay more money for companies and customers. And the funny thing about that is every single person that goes around flexing how much money they actually have, we all know they don't have any money. It's been proven multiple times again that in fact the people who buy the most luxurious products for brand names and brand labels are the ones that have the most difficult time with their finances. There's even a term for it called now. It's called stealth wealth, where the truly wealthy people in the United States, in fact, don't have clothes that have labels or branding or anything like that. But you wouldn't know anything about that either, because all you care about is trying to show off to your friends about how much money you spend on a plastic box and console war for anything. But let's see what Bravian actually had to say, shall we? Bravian responds to the post saying, "My son isn't a toddler. He's 13. And me saying I appreciate value isn't me saying I can't feed my kid. What are they even talking about?" True. Absolutely true. But you know who else found this? Other PlayStation fanboys. And when you see what they had to say, you're going to love it. The bearded guy replies to Draco's tweet saying, "Then I suggest gainful employment or learning to manage money a little better. Imagine using your kid as an excuse," with our favorite copyright strike flagger Generic Eric responding right behind saying, "I love how he talks about common sense and then uses absolutely none. I can't wait for the handle to come out and do nothing they were expecting." The bearded guy replies again to Eric saying, "But surely if he can't afford to buy a game, then he's not going to be able to afford the handheld or the so-called next-gen Xbox, or maybe he's just capping for his new brethren," which my favorite reply this entire thread is Eric saying this: "Probably, or his kid will starve and when he buys the new one, since ends are already tough to meet. God knows he won't stop eating." And you wonder, and you wonder why you are the ones in this content every single week, and you wonder why people don't like you, and you wonder why people show up to this content, and you wonder why I always make fun of you, because clowns like you guys have literally nothing to do in the gaming industry. All you want people to do is join your cult, drink the Kool-Aid, wear the Nikes, and then fall asleep on the bed as you go to Heaven's Gate. That's exactly what you guys want to have happen, but you don't realize it now, do you? You guys are a full-on cult, where if you don't spend X amount of money like anybody else, or you don't look at things responsibly like an adult actually would, then of course you're the problem in the gaming industry. This is why the PS5 Pro costs $700 to $800. This is why they raised the price of the PS5 when they made the slim model. This is why games are $70. This is why everything is a live service, because you guys are more than happy to bend over, touch your toes, and spread them like goatsy as Jim Ryan, Herman Hulst, Hiroki Totoki, and anybody else in PlayStation goes elbow deep inside, grabs every red cent from the back of your tonsils the wrong way, and then pulls them right out and you say, "Thank you, sir, can I have another?" Insanity, absolute insanity, saying that Bruvian's child will because he's going to buy a console because you don't understand the actual meaning of value for a dollar, Eric. You can tell everybody getting mad at Bruvian's post has never worked a day in their life, or they don't know the actual value of what it takes to earn a dollar. They're either still living at home or they had mommy and daddy pay for everything. Trust fund babies at their finest. But you know what? It gets better, because this entire thing comes to an absolute crashing head when we realize MBG, or Muscle Bound Gamer, the guy with two capybaras on his face for a mustache, decided to go around and talk about what Xbox will do with PlayStation and even Steam on its actual box. And when you hear what this guy has to say, you will realize that the actual amount of dead air out of this 9-minute clip is more than 3 minutes the entire time. I put it all together and counted it. You're gonna love it, I promise. And we're going to go over what he has to say. But first, here's what he thinks about yours truly. Now, here's the thing. If you don't know who MBG actually is, here's a little bit of a taste of the genius you're going to be experiencing in just a moment. Get ready.
Wait, where's your evidence or data that a recent Xbox console purchaser has also recently moved to PC? Well, I mean, my data... There is no data. It's anecdotal. It's no different than when I see people on the internet were like, "I'm done with PlayStation. I'm going to PC." It's like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, PlayStation does lose some people to PC. I'm just making the argument that as the Xbox console continues to really kind of fall rapidly, I think it makes it that much easier for people to just let go of it and be like, yeah, what am I waiting for at this point? You know what I mean?
I don't have any data on what I'm talking about. I'm just being anecdotal and just fanboying for a company. Oh, you see? Do you see how much I love this so often when I have dudes who think they're actual intellectuals and they sit there and they get angry about a guy who wears a banana suit and slaps his thighs? Oh, we are in for a world of hurt, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go!
See, this is where things start to heat up a bit, because we just heard from Windows Central recently that, according to their sources, the next Xbox is literally going to be a PC. It's going to be a PC that, like a PC box that just connects to your TV. That's what it's going to be.
Again, the staggering intellect of this guy is truly insane to me. MBG, how do you not realize that's exactly what you have right now on your console? The only difference is you don't have access to the operating system to, in fact, install any outside apps like you're supposed to. Every single console now is made by AMD. They, in fact, use practically almost the exact same APU, manufactured by the exact same company that makes my GPU, which then is just, in fact, a PC, because you have to install your games, get updates, always be online, input your information. You no longer truly just play games off the disc. Your disc is now a key that you then use to access the actual game, where you download the actual game and then play it on your console when you boot it up to then install the updates and play it as if you were, on a PC. Are you guys stuck in the 90s and 2000s? I feel like you guys are still stuck in the 90s and 2000s. You can also hook up your PC to your TV and have the exact same. Okay, we are dealing with a big brain on Brad situation, all right? He doesn't know you can put your PC on your TV. He doesn't know that consoles are just a form factor PC that are just locked devices now, and he's trying to just big brain himself out of this. Let's see where this goes.
Now Windows Central is reporting that basically the entire development environment is going to shift. It's going to shift to Win32, and the development environment that currently exists between the Xbox consoles is going to be phased out. And yeah, I think that basically what this ultimately translates to is that Xbox is done with consoles. That's what it translates to, is they're going full PC, and they're going to offer a box that they will say like this is a console, but it's like no, it's a PC. Like it's like literally a PC in a box that you connect to your TV.
Bro, you see what I'm talking about? We're literally watching in real time his brain cells collide, have a spark, and then just fade away and fizzle off as if they were just a sparkler at the end of its life. Oh my God. I love the whole Xbox is done with consoles, so they're going to give you a PC. So they're not done. They're not done. They're literally just opening up their consoles. They're no longer going to be a closed form factor box. They're now going to be an actual open platform where you can put anything you want on there. And moving away from the current Xbox development cycle to Win32 will basically allow them to go ahead and make one version of every single game. In fact, Win32 only gets 4 gigs of RAM allocation from what people were telling me in my chat last time we talked about this. And Win64 or x86 would be a better choice to do that for. Win32 may in fact be what they're going to be using for backwards compatibility. But hey, I could be wrong about that. Who knows? Correct me in the comments. See how easy that is? But the thing is, this guy has no idea what Win32 in fact actually means. He has no idea what development cycles mean. He has no idea what is actually happening. And he's sitting here talking about they're just going to give you a PC to put under your TV. When I can do that right now, I can just go ahead and make a form factor PC and put it under my TV. What Xbox is going to be doing now, though, is by opening up their actual console and providing you the actual desktop environment of a PC, giving you the ability to add any application you want onto that actual console, gives you an open platform to work with. What I've always wanted, in fact, another PC-like manufacturer to be in the market to provide more competition for current PC gamers. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Oh, it'd be great. Maybe Nvidia would lower the prices of their GPUs and make better competitive GPUs as well, instead of relying on AI all the time. These guys, they don't get it. Okay, let's keep going.
This doesn't really benefit Microsoft, from what I gather. It benefits them in the sense that if they do this, they'll be able to come out and be like, hey, if you buy our device, you also get access to Steam. And if they try to see, what I think Microsoft is going to try to do is basically convince console players that if you buy the next Xbox, you're actually still buying a console and not just a PC. And I think they might be able to achieve that depending on how they market it, but I feel like that's going to be kind of difficult, because I think everybody, generally speaking, I think understands the difference between PC and console gaming. And maybe I'm overthinking it, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what Microsoft's end game is here. If I had to guess, their end game is basically to just they're kind of not hiding it, where they're like, this is an Xbox, that's an Xbox, but their end game really is to just be everywhere and still kind of, I don't say give off the illusion, but in a sense, kind of give off the illusion that they're still supporting console, but in reality, it's not really a console, though.
I don't get how he went from literally saying, I don't know how this benefits Xbox, then turn around and show the actual benefits on how it really, in reality, would benefit Xbox to provide an open platform console. It would be the simplest thing ever. Literally, my Steam Deck does the exact same thing people want Xbox to do. Oh, you've got Windows on this? I can put anything I want on there? I don't have to build my own PC under my TV. I can just buy this for a X amount of money and put that there? Awesome. Oh, wait, my entire Steam library carries over too? I can just have one box for everything? An actual Xbox One? That's a good joke, trust me. But the thing is, this guy clearly doesn't understand the concept. He's so neutered and stuck in this one space of what a console has to be, and not realizing that his console for his PlayStation 5 is in fact already a PC, but it is cut down and locked behind specific actual facets of what Sony wanted to do. Instead, Microsoft is giving the actual approach of, hey, we're just going to go ahead and give you full access. Fuck it. There it is. You want to put anything on there? You put it on there. Imagine the marketing of Phil Spencer walking on stage going, hey, you like Xbox? Check it out. Boom. Here's your Xbox right there. It plays all your Xbox games, because that's what it's going to play. It's going to play all your Xbox games, because all your games already play anywhere. So, ta-da, it already works. Do you have games on Steam? You got that too? You got games on GOG and Epic? Check this shit out. Bow! Bam! Everything right there in one place. Look at that. You're telling me that's not something people would want to look at and go, damn, you know what? I don't have to rebuy my entire library of games. I can just go ahead and use one place to play every game. If I don't know if a game's going to be good, I can just buy Game Pass for $20, give them that money there, and then see if the game's all right, and then buy the game on Steam. I mean, either way, if I use Game Pass to give Microsoft money or I buy an Xbox game on Steam, they're still going to get paid. So what's the difference? The way this benefits Microsoft, very simply, MBG, is more people are more enticed to buy that product because it's an open platform, or it would be an open platform, which then gives people the actual ability to say, hey, hold on, I can carry my library over and not have to worry about anything or rebuy everything and not waste my money. So I can just carry everything all the way across, buy it there, and then just be fine. So I have one place for everything. I don't have to worry. Then they get more users. So users look at Game Pass and go, I can just buy Game Pass 2 for $20, play that there, and then they get more Game Pass subs. How does he not get this, man?
I mean, the fact that they're going to be leaving the Xbox console development environment behind, and they're basically going to be shutting that down or like phasing that out. I think that says it all, man. Like, there is going to be no more like Xbox console development environment. Development that occurs for any Xbox product it's going to be developed the same way it would for PC. Like, you know, Windows, it's going to be exactly the same now. That's going to be the way to go. So I guess it does make sense if their end goal here is to just ultimately kind of be done with the traditional console space.
He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. He literally doesn't get it. He gets so close. He gets right there, and then he just falls apart. He just falls apart. This guy is stuck in that space where the only way to play console games is one specific way and one specific way only. He wants his whole curated world to be all around him. And also, what's up with the like Reforged from Temu background you got going on, bro? Try something new, like figure it out. I don't know. But the thing is this, he's not realizing that, hey, if they open up to more people in more places and we stop trying to be the regular console, we can simply gain more customers and open up our actual market that way, instead of actually fighting for that same 100 million player install base that they've always fought for. It's like, it's beyond him in any way.
I guess the thing that kind of confuses me a little bit here, because it kind of goes back to what Lux said. Doesn't this just benefit Steam more than Microsoft? I mean, if you're Microsoft and the idea is, well, we want people to buy from the Microsoft store. See, this is where I feel like what Microsoft is maybe going to attempt to do here is they're going to be like, look, here's our new Xbox console. And then they're going to like show you the UI and stuff. And people are going to be like, well, this is different. Be like, yeah, you can access Steam now. And everybody's going to be like, holy shit, they did it. And of course, the next conversation that occurs there is, so this means you can play PlayStation games on your Xbox console now? And Microsoft's just going to be kind of sitting there because it's like, because it's not really a console, but sure.
I don't. Oh, Lord. The guy says, I don't know how this benefits Microsoft by putting Steam onto Xbox. Then literally explains exactly how it benefits Microsoft by putting Steam onto Bro, I can't comprehend how people think these guys are sitting here, these guys, like I'm from Joyzy, are sitting here going around and talking as if they're intellectuals about the space. Yes, that's the whole point. Having every game on one platform. If the game doesn't go on Xbox, then surprise, you can buy it on Steam and play it on your Xbox. If the developer's like, we're not going to put it on the Xbox platform, they're moving to Win32, that means they make one version. If they're making a PC version, guess what? It's going on Xbox. I'm just collapsing under my own weight of intellectual superiority here. Ah!
How much do they get from Steam? I think it would be a 30. I don't know. Would they get the 30% at that point? Steam would get 70. Microsoft would get 30.
Oh, yes! Oh, there it is! The simple section that everybody tried to roast on me when I made that exact same mistake, then corrected myself. Oh, it's just backwards, 70-30, my bad. Microsoft gets 70%, Steam would get 30% like anybody else. But here, the big brain on Brad running around like, oh, I don't know. Who would get 30%, Microsoft or Steam? Oh, yeah. I want to see everybody make tweets, make clips, go around, make 20-minute videos about this. Just imagine going around and getting mad that when I make a mistake and I own up to it, hey, okay, cool, I made that mistake, whatever. And you turn around, you act like you're intellectually superior to me. And then you go around, make the exact same mistake I did and try to pretend like you're somewhat smarter. It boggles my mind. It really is. The fact that you guys sit here and your entire identity is about being right, when in reality, you should be about being entertaining first. You guys can't even do either of those things.
It is smart in a way because Microsoft is in a position to do that. Because you got to ask yourself, like, well, why doesn't Sony do that? Why doesn't Nintendo do that? And it's like, because it would like kill their own platform. Or if it didn't kill their platform, it would severely hurt their own platform. And that's the last thing that Sony or Nintendo want to do. So then you have to ask yourself, well, then why is Microsoft so okay doing it? And it's because, dude, they killed their own platform.
This is what? Okay, all right, hold on. Microsoft killed their own platform. Okay, because you can play your games on other places. Okay. So then by that own logic, PlayStation has killed their own platform because I do not have to buy a PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation 5 to play PlayStation games. I play them on my PC, seeing as how they have an entire publisher store page on Steam, as they get 70% of that game that I purchase. So again, why wouldn't PlayStation also do this? Wouldn't it be the smart thing? The more pro-consumer thing? But no, we're stuck in the 90s and 2000s where grown men in their 40s are literally sitting here trying to behave as if a company dictates how they should play a video game. And this is why you see so many people actually separate themselves from consoles to PC. When you realize, hey, I don't have to be tethered to you as a company or corporation. I can break myself free from you. I don't have to pay for online and give you money twice for something I already pay for. That's stupid. But no, you're sitting here defending this company, trying to downplay what Xbox is doing as a pro-consumer move to be able to give everybody access to every single game, regardless of platform that they're on, and actually provide proper hardware with actual value rather than trying to lock value behind an actual exclusive that they went out and money had to put on their platform. You see the difference? You see how that works? But we don't get it because we're too wrapped up putting posters of PlayStations behind us and wrapping around that same blue light trying to be a PlayStation podcaster. But hey, couldn't be me. I'm just a guy in a banana suit. But ladies and gentlemen, this is what we see all the time. We see fanboys now getting excited for being blocked from Xbox because if Xbox does become a PC platform and they provide you an actual closed space to do that in, but also give you the openness of the PC space to actually add any sort of application that you want, that would be a huge game changer. And the one thing that they don't want to see is their games going on separate platforms because it destroys every narrative that they've ever wanted to have in the first place about if you want to play exclusives, you gotta buy the console. Look, you guys have claimed the console war has been over, and yet you're sitting here and being the ones that are crashing out the hardest about all of this every single time. Getting excited about the possibility of PlayStation blocking games from other users who are willing customers to pay for those games is a fool's errand and is only going to serve you negatively in the end. Because all that's going to happen is you're going to have to pay for more money for those products and getting less of them continuously. With all the games that PlayStation canceled, with the way the PS5 Pro is selling, with how much it actually costs for you to buy that actual upgrade of a console, with everything happening in that space, why haven't you realized already yet that maybe, hey, I shouldn't be backing a company, they should be backing me instead because I'm the one giving them my hard-earned money every single day. But you guys don't see it that way because you're too blinded by being a fanboy in the first place. So as you continue to act that way and behave that way and say stupid things, the guy in a banana suit will always be here. Honk honk, baby. Honk honk. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you liked today's video, thank you. And if you didn't like it, fuck you. If you want to see more of this kind of content, more PC port reviews, gaming news, Steam Deck videos, and live streams every Saturday night, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 79,000 subscribers, and I just want to say thank you guys so very much. If you want to go ahead and have Discord access or emotes on YouTube during live streams, become a member. It's as low as $1. If you don't want to spend the buck, don't sweat it. Saturday nights, 8:45 p.m. Eastern. The community is absolutely amazing, and trust me, you'll have a hell of a time. With all that being said, though, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a great one, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!
It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more. Where the fuck are your parents? It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more. Where the fuck are your parents? You need to stop everything. What are you doing with your life? This is not okay. This needs to stop now. This is cancer. It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more. Where the fuck are your parents? It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more. Where the fuck are your parents? Just stop. Just stop. Stop. No. Just stop. You're a fucking idiot. It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more. Where the fuck are your parents? It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more. Where the fuck are your parents? You need to stop everything. What are you doing with your life? This is not okay. This needs to stop now. This is cancer. It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more. Where the fuck are your parents? It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more. Where the fuck are your parents? Just stop. Just stop. Stop.